Good morning dear students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing well. Dear student, in this video lecture we are going to discuss important topic which is very useful for any competitive exam or as well as JEE main or advanced exam. Topic name is range of a function. I observed this thing, most of the students find difficulty sometime how to find range, okay? And believe me, it is one of the easiest topic in mathematics. So let's start without further any delay. Range of a function. First we will discuss some easy examples, okay? Then you will be able to understand what is the basic idea about range of a function. Suppose you have these two sets, a equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, and b is equal to, you have a, e, I, o, u. Okay student, suppose we have these two sets. Here we can represent these two sets like this, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here a, e, I, o, u. Let's suppose 1 is connected to E, 2 is connected to I, 3 U and 4 O. Okay, so here we have three topics: domain, codomain and range. If you have little bit idea about domain, so easily you can find range of a particular function. So here domain, what is domain? Domain means all the elements of first set, it is A and it is B. So in domain, how many elements are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the 4 elements. If you are talking about codomain, all the elements of B set, A, E, I, O, U. Okay student, in B set, how many elements we have? 5 elements. But if we are talking about range, so all those elements of B which are connected to all the elements of set A. So how many elements are there in B set which are connected elements? So E, I, O, U. E, I, O, U. These are 4 elements. Okay student? So it is basic idea about domain, codomain and range. But there are two type of question. First type is directly we have given roster form and easily we can find. But second method is we have not given roster form. We have given like X type form, fx something we have given. So let's discuss. Suppose we have given y is equal to fx something. Okay, y equal to fx type function we have given. So here x means domain. X means domain and y means range. Y means range. Okay, in 12th class there are so many types of function. So sometimes range equal to codomain or sometimes range is a subset of codomain. Okay, so we will discuss in detail when we will discuss types of function. Okay, here you can understand one thing: domain and range. X means domain and y means range. Y means fx because y is equal to fx. So let's discuss an example. Let's suppose you have fx is equal to you have x square plus 2. Okay, we can start with basic examples. So suppose you have fx equal to x square plus 2. Question is find the domain and range. Domain means value of x. So here what type of values you can put instead of x? Instead of x we can put anything, any real number, positive number, negative number, decimal number. So for all the real number of x, fx is defined. So it means it is domain. So here we can write domain of fx is equal to real number. Okay, all type of real numbers. Now think about range. We know x square is always greater than equal to 0. Okay, square of anything is always greater than 0 and x means real number. Suppose you have any real number and you will find a square. So square is definitely greater than or equal to 0. But question is x square plus 2. So do one thing, add 2. X square plus 2 greater than equal to 0 plus 2. In both the side we are adding 2. So here x square plus 2 greater than equal to 0 plus 2, it is 2. Now x square plus 2, it is the value of fx. So here we can write fx greater than equal to 2. It means fx is greater than equal to 2 means minimum value is 2. Maximum value no limit, up to infinite, may be anything. So here we can write fx belongs to 2 to infinity. Here we are applying a square bracket at 2 because 2 is including, okay, minimum value is 2, 2.1, 2.3, anything may be, okay. So range is, what is range? Range 2 to infinity, okay. And if you want to represent this set on the number line, easily you can represent. We know in the left side we have minus infinity, in right side plus infinity, okay, 2. Suppose here we have 2. So 2 we are including, so here dark circle, and up to plus infinity. So this one number line, okay, it is our range. Suppose here we have fx is equal to 3 sin x plus 5, okay. It is the question, fx is equal to 3 sin x plus 5. First think about domain. Domain, what is the basic meaning of domain? Domain means value of x. So here instead of x you can put any number, okay, sin 30 degrees, sin 40 degrees, sin 1 crore degree, anything, okay, you can find easily. So here domain is real number. But think about range, how to find range. Instead of x we can put any number, but sin x lies in between 1 to 1. What is maximum value of sin x? Plus 1. And minimum value of sin x? Minus 1. So here we can write one thing, sin x less than equal to 1 and greater than equal to minus 1. But in question we have given 3 sin x. So multiply 3. So it will be 3 sin x less than equal to 3 greater than equal to minus 3, okay. But here 5 is extra. So do one thing, add 5. Minus 3 plus 5 less than equal to 3 sin x plus 5 less than equal to 3 plus 5, okay. Minus 3 plus 5, it will be 2 less than equal to. Now think about 3 sin x plus 5, it is value of fx. So write fx less than equal to 3 plus 5, so it will be 8. So fx belongs to close interval 2 to 8, okay student. 2 is the minimum value of fx and 8 is the maximum value of fx. So in this manner easily we can find. And you must know a few properties related to function, like suppose you have fractional part function. So what is minimum value of fractional part function? 0, okay, and but less than 1. Suppose you are finding here what is fractional part of 5.7. So what is fractional part of 5.7? 0.7. Suppose you have 5, okay. So what is fractional part of 5? There is no fraction part, it is whole number, perfect number here. So it will be 0. So these are the property of fractional part function. So you need to revise all the properties related to function. So this chapter will be easy for you. Now we can take another example. Suppose fx is equal to x by we have quadratic expression, anything, let's suppose 1 plus x square, okay. Fx is equal to x divided by 1 plus x square. So same type of question we have to find domain and range. Domain here real number, okay. Here we can write domain real number. Why domain real number? Any type of real number you can put here, definitely you will get any value of fx, okay. But main thing is how to find range. So do one thing, whenever you have fx, so you can let y, okay, y is equal to fx type. So main question you have y equal to x divided by 1 plus x square, okay student. Simplify this one, it will be in the multiplication. So y plus x square y and equal to x, or we can write x square y plus y minus x is equal to 0. Otherwise we can write in this form x square y minus x plus y is equal to 0. Now it is quadratic equation in terms of x. If we are getting real values, definitely discriminant should be greater than or equal to 0. Okay, 10th level question, if roots are real, then discriminant will be greater than or equal to 0. So find discriminant. D is equal to b square minus 4ac. B means minus 1. So minus 1 square minus 4ac. A means y and c means y. Okay, so it is discriminant 1 minus 4y square. Okay student, for real roots, discriminant should be greater than equal to 0. So 1 minus 4y square should be greater than equal to 0, correct? Or we can write 1 greater than equal to 4y square, or 1 by 4 greater than equal to y square, or y square less than equal to 1 by 4. And we know 1 by 4 is the whole square of plus minus 1 by 2. So it means y is lying between 1 by 2 and minus 1 by 2. So it means y belongs to minus 1 by 2 to plus 1 by 2. Okay student, so it is the range of the given function. Y means fx belongs to minus 1 by 2 to plus 1 by 2 and close bracket, close interval. Okay, so similarly we can solve other question. Like next question we have, it is in quadratic form. Another question also we can take in quadratic form. Suppose fx is equal to we have x square plus x plus 2. Okay, and here also quadratic form, x square plus x plus 1. In numerator and denominator we have given quadratic expression. So in quadratic expression, maximum time we can convert in perfect squaring form. You know perfect squaring form, suppose you have given ax square plus bx plus c. Okay, so and first thing is coefficient of x square. So divide by coefficient of x square to whole expression. So it will be x square plus b by ax plus c by a. Okay, now think about coefficient of x. What is coefficient of x? B by a. What is half of b by a? B by 2a. Okay, and then square. So we need to add this number and subtract this number. First thing is coefficient of x square should be 1. Then half of the coefficient of x square we need to add, and the same number we need to subtract. So it is the method to convert any quadratic expression in the form of perfect squaring. Similarly we can solve this question, but before applying perfect squaring method, we can write this function in the simple form. We can write x square plus x plus 1 plus 1. Okay, x square plus x plus 1. We are writing numerator in the form of denominator. Here divide separately, x square plus x plus 1, x square plus x plus 1, divide. So after cancellation 1 by x square plus x plus 1. Okay student, now no need to worry about 1. Okay, 1 is fixed. Think about x square plus x plus 1. It is quadratic. X square plus x plus 1. First thing is coefficient of x square should be 1. So here coefficient of x square is 1. So no need to worry about x square. Think about coefficient of x. Here what is the coefficient of x? 1. So what is half of 1? 1 by 2. And what is square of 1 by 2? 1 by 4. So 1 by 4 is the number. If we are adding this number and subtracting the same number, so easily we can convert in the form of square. So x square plus x plus 1, it is the main question. Plus 1 by 4 minus 1 by 4. Now first, second and fourth, these three numbers we can convert in the form of x plus 1 by 2 whole square and 1 minus 1 by 4. So it will be 3 by 4. Okay student, so 1 plus 1 divided by x plus 1 by x whole square plus 3 by 4. Now we know one thing, square of anything minimum may be 0, maximum no limit. So do one thing, square we have given in the denominator form. If we are putting here minimum value, so we can get maximum value because it is given in the denominator. So what is minimum value of x plus 1 by x whole square? 0. So suppose instead of this expression, if you are writing 0, so 0 plus 3 by 4, it will be 3 by 4. So it is, here we can write f of x maximum. F of maximum is equal to, here we are putting minimum value, and if we are putting minimum value we can get maximum value because it is the denominator. So 0 plus 3 by 4, 3 by 4. So it is 1 plus 1 by 3 by 4. 4 will be in the numerator. So it is 1 plus 4 by 3. So 3 plus 4, 7 by 3. So student, 7 by 3 is the maximum value. But what about minimum value? We don't know what is maximum value. Suppose we are putting maximum value, then we can find minimum value. So here do one thing. 1 divided by 3 by 4 plus something, definitely it is 0 point something. Okay, so we are adding something in 1, so definitely answer 1 plus. Okay, answer 1 plus. So if we are getting minimum value, so it will be 1 plus, not exactly 1 because it is not 0. Completely it is not 0, it is 0 point something. Okay, so final 1 plus something, so it means range of fx 1, and here we are getting 7 by 3. 7 by 3 is the maximum value. Maximum value means here we can apply a square bracket, but here at 1 we can apply a small bracket because 1 is not including. Greater than 1 and 7 by 3 is also possible, and between these two values there are so many values are possible. Okay student.